Hello and welcome each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, multilinguistic international coach therapist from DCTcentre. Also, I'm true speaker, healer, energy worker, guide, mentor, co-creator, and galactic ambassador from Pleiadians. And also with me today is two lovely ladies, Morganne Rayne, who is spiritual consultant, gratefully providing access to high dimensions of being. Morganne has been called the healer of healers as a way to describe the unique spiritual tools she shares. Morganne is here to serve those who seek great understanding of their sacred spiritual self and have the deep desire to integrate the consciousness in their 3D world. Understanding of their sacred spiritual self and have the deep desire to integrate consciousness in their 3D world. Excuse me, ladies, please mute yourself. And have the deep desire. So I'm sorry for this lynch of sound. So please take off all your devices. Yeah, any device which is close to you, please take off somewhere far, far away, okay?
I was trying to, I was opening so many things to try to get on, so I had.
Okay, sorry, we do apologize for this. And Jeannie is saying about herself, I am a lifetime student of growth. I continue to take classes to enhance my knowledge base. At present, I'm studying internal family systems, IFS. So, girls, I'm very, very happy all three of us started the show. At least, yes, we made it.
Yeah.
What about we talking today, Morganne?
Well, so I had an experience yesterday, which I have it every once in a while where I'll, just see somebody and we get into a conversation. And the conversation very quickly turned to a rhetoric I hear out in the world a lot, which is it starts with I really hate or I hate, and it's usually the Trump word, right? I mean, it's like so, I don't know why it occupies so much space in people's heads and hearts, but it does, right? And I was noticing myself as I was listening to this person really launch into this rhetoric of hatred. And I become, it's like my heart gets broken. And I'll tell you why. It's not about the person, right? It isn't about the one they hate or the one, but it is about the one that is hating. Because when we use our words and our feelings and our thoughts towards hate or anger or anything like that, the subconscious mind does not know anyone but you. So when we use that kind of language, when we use those kind of feelings, when we use that energy out in the world, we're actually projecting all of that on ourselves. And that's what broke my heart, is that people do not understand that what they are saying and what they are feeling has nothing to do with Mr. Trump or anybody else that they're family members. It just seems like a lot about it's Mr. Trump, which, I hear it all the time.
You can call another one, Mr. Putin.
Yeah, Mr. Putin. It doesn't matter. Even Mr. Biden, it doesn't matter. It does not matter who you're projecting those hate words and feelings. And so what broke my heart and what breaks my heart is that people are projecting that on themselves. because our subconscious mind does not know that we're not talking about ourselves. And it's like, so I actually wrote it down prettier than what I'm saying it right now. So I want to read what I wrote this morning. And this is for all our viewers now and for in the future. Did you know that the subconscious mind does not know anyone else but you? It has no conception of consciousness other than your own. Did you know that when we criticize others or find fault, our mind thinks we are speaking about ourselves? That's why it's important to become aware of the power of our words, because often our words and our feelings that are directed outwardly can rebound and create havoc in our own lives. Of course, we do this unconsciously. Most beings do not realize that our thoughts and our words are influencing and imprinting our own mind.
That was beautiful.
So it's like, so this is where my head's been since yesterday. And of course I have to go to myself, right? Because that's what we do. It's only me, right? And I'm noticing it. And so I kind of go through what's left for me to forgive and really to pay attention what I'm speaking into the world. But just as much as when we project negativity or hatred or anger or any of those things, the same is true is if we projecting love and forgiveness and kindness and joy in our world, that also imprints on us, right? So really it comes down to what's your choice. What are you choosing? How are you choosing to speak and get real conscious about our words? Our throat chakra is an activation portal. It's where our thoughts and our feelings kind of meet and are projected out as a frequency into the world. You get that? Our thoughts and our feelings kind of meet in that throat chakra. We speak it out through a vibration, and that's what's projected out into our world. And if we can understand that, then we can begin to choose what it is we have, what it is we choose to feel and think into our world. Now, we have stuff we have to clean up, right? So we have suffering, we have pain, whatever. And I love that Jeannie does that kind of dark shadow work. We both do, but that doing your shadow work and understanding what you think and feel about is so important, because that is what you project. So if you have hatred against your family, any members of your family, no matter what they've done, those thoughts are projected back onto you. So if that's true, and I kind of know it's true because I've been doing this work for a very long time, it is so much more beautiful for us to really contemplate how we want to think and be in the world and how we want to hold others. So when we decide and choose to love unconditionally, then we begin to love unconditionally our own selves and begin to think and feel into ourselves thoughts of love and beauty and joy and happiness and goodness in our lives. If we curse others or hold thoughts of anger or hatred, that's just polluting us. It's just it tears our own world apart and makes our world an unhappy place to be. So that's what happened yesterday, was me coming to that heartbreak for another person that I care about. I care about this person, and to understand that this, what they hold, is just being projected back onto them, just broke my heart. And, I guess we all get to choose, right? We all get to choose how we want to be in the world. But it's when we choose unconsciously that, those of us who want to wake up begin to choose consciously, begin to choose words of power. Francis Scovel Shen is is a author from, I don't know, maybe even a century ago now. She wrote a wonderful book called Your Word is Your Wand. And I was thinking about that this morning. I hadn't read that book in a long time, and maybe I even have a copy of it. That the words we speak, as who was the poet that wrote, Hafiz, the words you speak become the house you live in. The words you speak become the house you live in. And those are powerful thoughts to have, for us to really begin to clean up our words and begin to speak words of power, words of beauty, and not words that debilitate or curse or bring any soul down. Begin to uplift, begin to bring peace, bring joy, bring that consciousness. So anyway, that's where my mind's been going, and so I open it up for conversation and thoughts. And
Jeannie, what do you think about it?
Oh, I think what you said is so profound, and it's what everyone needs to hear. And I think, and what's coming to me is we should be teaching this in grade school. Because can you imagine if we get this at, so young? I mean, because it would change the world if we all were conscious about how we're speaking, and it's so, and that's why I think it's so profound, because it could move mountains. It's like, it would be a miracle for everybody to, to be conscious of how they're speaking. And what they're putting out there and what they're putting inside themselves. It's just incredible. And I've never heard that before. So
I usually, sorry.
Yeah. So I just really appreciate that.
I usually teach my clients and talk about it's like drinking, hate somebody or wish somebody something bad is like drinking poison yourself and trying to kill somebody else. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Because you are the one who drinks this poison. You will killing yourself in process.
Yep. Everything that we do to all, right? There's no set. And it comes back to those fundamental principles. There is no separation. There's only one. There's only one life, one power, one presence, right? And it is in, as, and through all of us. And when we begin to think separation, which, we'll go back to the Course in Miracles, that's the issue right there. That original thought that we are separated from our source, right? And then we began projecting and doing all kinds of things to others, thinking that, that they're separate from us, but they're not. And so those are thoughts that I think that, yes, in grade school, but even, I think about my little granddaughter as, as she's growing up in the world. She's got some powerful words, very powerful words. And, one of the things, she's really, some people call me a dog whisperer because animals just love me. I don't know why, but they just they're just, they open up to me. And I always whisper to animals. I don't, but I watch her too, how she is with the beasts in nature, right? The animals, the dogs, how she is that just ever present love and giving. And and this weekend I was with another set of dogs, some friends of mine, and I had her with me for one evening, and the love, like the dogs just like totally want to be with her, right? And I just, because it's her energy, it's what she is. But by the same token, I've seen people that are around dogs where dogs start growling at them and like, and I had some friends that came over one day and had not announced that they were coming. And this normally just very sweet little doodle dog, right? That's just, they're just full of love and energy and all that. This dog started growling at these people and was not happy. And I thought, well, that's really interesting, because this couple that came, they're also people that have a lot of that hate rhetoric stuff. And so I've been contemplating all this morning, about thinking about how animals really can sense and feel who it's like you with the foxes, Daga, right? The foxes come to you, right? They don't come to everybody. They just don't do that. They're normally pretty shy and stay with their own.
They literally waiting for me to park my car because they waiting for supper. I'm coming home and Fox is just on the front garden, nicely lying down, waiting for supper.
Yeah, that's not normal.
When I'm going to kitchen to get it, yeah, I had couple times Fox nearly halfway through my room, yeah. And not, I think if I be brave and if I didn't being sort of on back of my mind thinking about all diseases that could be and so on, yeah, what I've been told about, yeah, I think I nicely can feed Fox from hand. I could nicely do that, and I could nicely cuddle it, because Fox literally is about 2 meters from me.
Yeah.
If I go there, Fox again nicely just moves next 2 meters and like that around me, and not going any farther.
Yeah. 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 So I think that animals have a way of knowing what's good, right? And they're attracted to that. Yeah.
And
So anyway,
what's bad as well, because I had in my youth I had German Shepherd, wonderful dog. We can walk on the streets, no problem whatsoever. He didn't touch anyone. And one moment he's just all fur is up, I only see white teeth there, yeah. And thousands can go past and no any emotion.
Yep.
Die for life, yeah.
Yep.
And one and straight away to say he's safe, yeah.
Yep. So it goes back to beingness, I think, and choosing our own beingness, how it is we want to be, choose the thoughts we want to think, choose the feelings that we want to have. I don't think anyone gets up in the morning and thinks, oh, I think I'll just think about hatred and anger and all that. I don't think anybody just really gets up and chooses that. I think it's an unconscious reaction. It's not a response. I think it's just, and of course then we have that which programs us, right? There is the programming, and that's where we have to really dig down and go, is this mine? Right? That's something I often will say to, is that yours? Is that your thought? Or is that something else's thought? Is that yours? And sometimes I think that a lot of this hatred rhetoric isn't even really theirs. It's what the programming they're getting, which that kind of just pisses me off. But it is what it is.
Your shadow work, Morganne.
What?
Have you done your shadow work if that pisses you off?
It pisses me off because it's so many people find it. I mean, they just pick up on that negativity so easily, right? It's so strong in them. And, I just wish I could erase that, which programs like the manipulation. That's manipulation.
So, I'd like to give an example. I grew up in a negative family, and I've been doing a lot of work on myself, and I realized I kept on waking up with negative thoughts, and I'm not a negative person, and I was like, what are these negative thoughts? And every morning I wake up with negative thoughts. And then I did some work with Morganne, and she was able to help me release that. And I was shocked on, how deep it went. So, yeah.
And it's the courage to go ferret that out, so that you don't have to carry that frequency, that vibration around of that negative thought. It's not yours.
Right. And I haven't had a negative thought waking up since.
Cheers with my mushroom brew.
That actually means, again, another proof. Please, guys, if you're watching this program, please look up Morganne and try to connect with her. And if she feels she can help, she will help you.
She's the best.
She is the best. That I been looking all my life for people who I can trust, who can actually help. Yeah. And this is the one person who I find, and I'm extremely grateful.
Yeah.
I could stay on the top of the roof and shout out for her.
I echo what Dega's saying. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But that comes from me doing my own work. It truly is. It's like I can't help anyone unless I do that work myself. And so I've committed my life to it. And I know both of you ladies have too, right? And that's why a lot of people in the old days did call me the healer of healers, because it was the healers that would come to me because they need to be healed so they could go do their work, right? And it would seem like I would get the ministers and the practitioners and the therapists. Those are the ones that would come to me, and they still do, because healers. That's what Wisdom Sanctuary is all about. My humanitarian project is to provide sanctuary for those who carry the wisdom, those humans that say, I'm going to be here to assist others. I'm going to do that. And I know so many beautiful therapists that do all kinds of therapeutic work, whether it be body work, trauma work, whatever. And they all give their work, but sometimes, like the shoemaker story, right? It's like they give, and there's a place where they need to heal as well, nurture as well, reconnect to themselves as well. And that's what Wisdom Sanctuary is all about, to provide a sanctuary for healers to come and be supported in love, in light, in goodness, to continue to do their work if they want to. It could be just, they've been working for all those years and they need a respite. And so that's what Wisdom Sanctuary is all about. Yeah. So
I actually find that I now learned better protect myself with all work we done with you, Morgan. Yeah, I feel that I learned better protect myself from other people's energies because I'm working with so many people who are in very bad situations and very dark energies and so on. Yeah, but I now connecting straight away to Mother Earth and Creator and Holy Spirit energy. I literally see all energies. I'm opening all chakras or all meridians, yeah, switching literally on, and I see how infinity symbol is going through me, yeah,
yes,
and only then I start my work. And obviously, I'm asking for Creator and Holy Spirit to work through me, through my voice, through my thoughts, through my energy, yeah. So
yeah,
I not leaving energy, any energy which is not mine. Yeah, I'm not leaving in me. I'm giving for recycling to Mother Earth or giving for recycling for universe, but I'm not taking anything. I'm reconnecting only to pure unconditional love energy.
yeah. That
So
is awesome because you're not in training with their trauma or their negativity, because that's not yours. You're just a vehicle to help them remember and wake up. I think Jeannie has awareness on this piece too because of the work she's done with so many homeless women. Oh my God, they got some stories. They they got a life, So, share with us, Jeannie, about how that looked in your world when you're working with homeless women.
So I when I was working with homeless women, it was so I'm an empath, so I pick up people's energy, and I love what you said, Dega, about how you create this fear within you, and be very intentional. Well, I would go in and just want to help these women, and so I would do my work, and I didn't realize what I was taking on in the sense of energy. And every day after I was done, I would do something good for myself. But I wasn't aware of the buildup that it was happening to me, of taking all this on, because I didn't know how to do the protection. And it wasn't intentional. Like, I just knew I could help these women, but I wasn't intentional about the protection. And so because of that, I ended up, there was just layers in my life at the time that were just coming on me. And it got to the point where I had to stop because I couldn't take anything more. Like, I didn't have boundaries. And that comes from growing up. Like, I didn't realize I didn't have boundaries. I had boundaries in certain areas, but I didn't realize in my work, I didn't have boundaries with energy. And so it was just a really, really good lesson for me. And I'm over 60 and I'm thinking, I'm just getting this. It's pretty amazing that I'm just getting this. And I think, when we start to get it, I think, it's like the monkey effect. It's like everybody starts to get it, at the same time. And so it's just really good because I think there's there's a lot of healing that can happen when we create boundaries
But
and
I think that's absolutely horrible. You being through classical counseling, psychotherapy training, yeah, and I being through classical psychotherapy training. And sorry, nobody mentioned energy once in all training
no,
at
never,
all, period.
never.
Only thing what I do remember and sort of knew I have to stay in this boundary was when we learn empathy. Yeah, my tutor was saying that make sure that you are like somebody who is on the side of the lake, yeah, and somebody is drowning. If you cannot swim, don't jump in, yeah, then they will have to take out two people, yeah. If you know how to swim, stay in a safe space and give hand, but make sure you are in safe space, yeah. So that one I was doing, that is nothing to do with energy.
Right, right.
And only now, when I work with Morganne, I understand fully. I even learned Reiki and still protection wasn't in my course. Yeah, yes, I
It's
later
incredible.
read, later read, but protection wasn't there. Yes, how you can give energy, how you do what symbols you using and so on. Yeah, but what about protection? My own energy.
Mm-hmm.
Right, right.
And I think I probably won't be without voice for 2 weeks last year, yeah, if I knew how to put protection.
Yep.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I'm just, I think it's one of the most important things we can do for ourselves. And um, I think it's just beginning. Like it's not out there on how to protect ourselves. And Dago, what you said it beautifully on how you protect yourself before every session. Like it was
But
fabulous.
but I don't, and I feel different since I start doing this. Yeah, I
Mhm.
feel different. Yes, I listening. Yes, when it's something what I myself 100% haven't worked out. Yeah, like death of my father. If somebody talks about death of father, yeah, or any parent, yeah, and I have to listen that, yes, I feel, I know, I acknowledge that there's still work to do for me, yeah,
That's good.
but I'm not weeping away together with clients. No, I feel that some tears are coming, but thank God I'm not in the same room with clients, yeah. So through my glasses, clients won't be able to see, yeah. So that's that. But I don't feel so tired anymore. I'm finishing work with clients, and I today I felt perfectly fine. Actually, okay. What else I need to do today?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
excellent. Yeah.
Yeah. I work with some pretty tough stuff. And, I think if I was doing it thinking that I'm doing the work, then it would fatigue me. I would take on the energy. But what I know is that, again, I turn it over to the Holy Spirit. I ask for the guidance from the Holy Spirit and from our higher guides, my guides, their guides. I'm not doing the work. I'm allowing the power and the presence and the life of Creator to do the work. I'm creating the avenue, the portal, the way in, right? So that the work can be done, so the release work can be done. It reminds me of the that scriptural piece that says to be in the world but not of the world. And so if we come from being of the world, then we are in the dramas of the world, the problems of the world, the politicalness of the world, the blah 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 blah. We're in the world, right? But if we extract ourselves from that and come within and develop that sanctuary within our own selves of what we choose to think and what we choose to feel, then when we go out into the world, we're bringing that energy into the world. So we're not extracting or receiving the worldly energies. We're coming from a beautiful consciousness place, and we're going into the world, and we share that with the world. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. That kind of when I see people that are sad or look miserable, boy, I give them the most beautiful loving smile and send love to them. And sometimes I'll even send frequencies of healing to them so that they can experience what it's like to feel love. So, yeah, so to be in the world, but not of the world. To be in the world is to be a conscious being of how I'm going to be in the world and how I'm going to be with others. So, we can make the world a better place. Yeah. Yeah. So healers, which all three of us are that, it's imperative that in order to do the work, and all those healers listening, because I know you're out there, and some of you are out there and you don't even know you're a healer yet, but you might be a healer. When we come and we don't entrain with our, like you were saying, if we entrain with our clients and we take on their shit, their pain, their suffering, we've done no one no good. We've just, that's like the if you don't know how to swim, don't try to save somebody, right? Because you're going to go down. You're going to go down, and you're going to be carrying those energies and frequencies with you. And that's where healers get burned out and tired, because they've entrained with the frequencies. And sometimes that's done through something we call compassion, but that's not true compassion. Compassion is to be with them in love and an awareness and the possibility for their healing. It's not to commiserate. There's compassion and commiseration. And a lot of times people commiserate. Well, you can do that with your girlfriends, or, right? You could, blah, 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 even that's not good, because, you're creating that energy too. But to be very clear about, the energies we take on. And again, ask that beautiful question: is this mine? If something's coming, is that mine? Is that really mine? Get curious about what comes forward, right? And even me saying, the people that program others, that pisses me off. It does, and I'm going to stay in my righteousness about that, Daga, for the moment. But I do pray for the softening of their hearts and minds, that, that one day humans won't feel the need to manipulate, and humans will not feel the need to be manipulated. And that will come from us claiming our sovereignty. When we wake up and realize that we are a sovereign, divine expression, then we won't need to be manipulated by the world, and nobody can manipulate us. So when we do that work, then others. We give permission to others. That great Marianne Williamson quote, you know, we give others permission when we give ourselves permission to be the light and the love. And what is that quote? It's not fear. What is that quote, Jeannie?
I can't remember. I'd have to pull it up.
Yeah, I have to pull it up too. It's not your fear it's not your darkness that you're most afraid of. It is your light.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not your darkness that you see the light. So don't be afraid of the light. Get to know it. Come into union with it. Make friends with it. Be with it. It's and when we do that, we give people permission to shine their own light.
Yeah. I have clients who are afraid of getting better because their life will change.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Right? You know, that reminds me of like kids that are in abusive homes, and they get to have a choice about whether or not they go off to, somewhere else, or they will often choose to stay in the abusive home. And the reason they do that is because they know they know what to do there. They know how to react. They know how to hide. They know how to become invisible. They know how to, that they've got that down. And to put them into a new situation, they don't know how to be in that, right? So that's what I notice about humans. They often will take the path they know, because the unknown is just too much.
Yeah. I grew up with the saying, it's better to be with the bastard you know than the bastard you don't.
Exactly.
Or not.
And at the same time, what we're creating from this saying, what we're creating.
Right.
The next time I will meet another bastard.
Right, exactly.
I want another bastard, and so it is.
That's
right.
So it is. That's right. A lot of people will ask me, Morganne, why are you relate? Why are you not married? Why did I've been married 3 times, and 3 times I married my father. 3 times. Same thing. They may have looked a little different. Well, sometimes not. Sometimes, they were always dapper and handsome, and, always knew how to dress. And, I just married my dad over and over again. And I remember the decision I made that, I think that I'm just going to be in a relationship with myself. Let's just go there. What would that look like? How would that feel? And to learn to love myself the way I would want someone to love me is so powerful. So there's not a need to go, ooh, I gotta go, I see people that go out immediate, like if they break up or a spouse dies, they're out looking for another one. It's like, enjoy yourself. Get to know yourself, love yourself. Don't succumb to something called loneliness, because I am never lonely. I may be sometimes walking alone, but man, there's a power and a presence in me that walks with me, is with me. I am never alone. And so anyway.
I think it's down those lines of being separated. Yeah, because everybody feels separated from God created. That's why they're feeling lonely. That's why by programming they have to get married, they have to get kids, they have to do this, and that.
Yep.
And that's why I like the what we had talked about before on this program is that we're like fish in a fishbowl, not realizing that, you know, the Holy Spirit is all around us and we're never alone. You know,
That's right.
it's like we're breathing the Holy Spirit in and out every day.
Yep. Yep. Where's the water? Where's the water?
Yeah.
But it's not easy, even I think for those people like us who done the work quite a lot, yeah, and helping others. Even for us, sometimes it takes time till you understand that there actually is somebody to trust, somebody to rely on. Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, definitely, I still in the process of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, I know I'm using it, yeah, but when time comes that I have to blindly trust, I still in process of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
when someone tells me in calling jump and I'm straight away jumping and not asking questions, I'm not there yet
Yeah.
because
You know,
my subconscious mind is straight away how high it is, what will happen if this happens, what will happen if that happens, yeah. Remember that time, yeah.
yep. 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 You know, I know on this show I've talked about what happened during COVID with me and my community, you know, with I said it again. Erase. When that thing happened and I made my choices and other people were making their choices and I didn't match their choices, I became kind of an abomination in this realm over here. So I could have I could have jumped right into their world and, you know, satisfied whatever, but that's not where I go. I follow spirit and I do what my guidance says to do. But it reminds me of, like, even in the scriptures, if you read in the Old Testament about, there's several stories in there. One of them is about Daniel in the lion's den, that he had been, you know, condemned to the lion's den for the lion to eat him, but he was so filled with God that the lion just laid down. And then there's the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego that had been placed into a fiery furnace, but they were so filled with the Holy Spirit that they walked out unharmed, right? And I know a long time ago, I put those kinds of things to the test when I started fire walking and fire dancing and, you know, doing some of those rebar bending and all those things that, you know, people go, you can't do that. I go, well, yeah, actually you can. Right? It depends upon the mindset and what you believe about what's going to happen, to be so filled with the Holy Spirit that the harms of the world can't touch you. So I equate that to what happened here, is that what was I told? To love unconditionally, just love unconditionally. And it's like, I didn't feel like it at first because it was hurting, right? I was being rejected, but that wasn't true. I was accepting what the world was telling me. I wasn't connecting again with spirit. When I connected with spirit again and filled myself with the Holy Spirit, I realized I'm connected to that. I'm not even connected to that stuff outside. I'm connected to that. And in that, I am safe, I am whole, I am well, and I am protected. And that was true. That was true. And it all turned out to where I am loved. Even the reflection of my unconditional love reflects back to me unconditional love from these people, even the ones who were so afraid, even those. So how you are in the world, if I'd made a big stink about it, if I'd turned tail and run away, because I kind of had those thoughts, but no, I stayed with what the Holy Spirit said, and because of that, love reigns. So
We already, Morganne, late for our meditation.
yep.
5 minutes late for meditation.
Okay, just hang on. 5 minutes late. Hang on 1 second. I got to just do one thing that's important.
Okay, while Morganne is doing something important, I want to remind everybody, please, if you like this show, look up any other shows. This one is number 65. We've done
What? Number 65?
65 shows together. So there is lots of pure unconditional love knowledge there from Morganne. So please look up every end of the show is meditation. So Morganne is ready.
I'm ready. Okay, everybody. Whew, let's begin by taking a beautiful, big, deep breath. That's always a good idea. Take a breath. Oh, and just let it out. Let that energy out with the out breath. And make sure it's empty. Empty yourself. And take a new breath in. And let that new breath just sweep in and gather up any negativity. And now just breathe it out. Another breath in, and this time we're going to release and let go tension. Any tension you might feel in your body, take a breath in. And on the out breath, just let your body relax. We do this so that we become the landing space for the Holy Spirit to be present within us. And so I invite in the Holy Spirit that already is there, it's already present, but I invite the activation of that Holy Spirit energy that is within each one of us to be activated now. Take a breath in. And place your attention upon your heart, affirming the Holy Spirit is present within me. The Holy Spirit is alive in me. Take a breath in. I invite the Holy Spirit into my unconscious, subconscious mind to clear out, clean out, release and let go negativity, thoughts of confusion, thoughts of anger, hatred, divisiveness, pain. I ask the Holy Spirit to release those thoughts from my mind. Take a breath in and release the thoughts. I continue to ask the Holy Spirit to stay within my subconscious, unconscious mind that is attached to ancestral thoughts, family thoughts. I ask the Holy Spirit to heal those thoughts, to release those thoughts from my own mind. Take a breath in and a breath out. Let them go. I am not the thoughts of my family. I am not the thoughts of my ancestors. I am the divine thought of Creator. Take a breath in. We are informing the unconscious mind of the truth of who we are. I am the divine idea of a loving Creator who breathed me into form and brought me here for a divine and holy purpose. Breathe in. I ask for awareness at all times on thoughts and feelings that may be arising within me. I ask for the awareness to choose thoughts and feelings that serve not only my own growth, happiness, joy, peace, and prosperity, but I ask for this for all, for we are one. Take a breath in. I ask for the softening of every heart, not only the ones that are present here, but and also the ones that hear my voice in future recordings, but for every heart of every sentient life form to be softened, and allow unconditional love to be present within their own hearts. Take a breath in. And as we do this, we are preparing ourselves for our own choice on how to be in our own worlds. The power to choose our own thoughts. The power to choose our own feeling. No one or no thing has power over this except yourself. We choose. We choose again and again a higher thought, a more loving thought, a more generous thought, a more compassionate thought for ourselves and for all others. Take a breath in and just bring your attention back to your heart as I give thanks for what occurred here this day, for the awareness that has been presented here today, to be vigilant of our own thinking and our own feeling. I give thanks for the guidance that was given and the words that were spoken and the awarenesses that did happen. And I ask that this is permanent within each and every soul as we move from the consciousness of victimhood to the consciousness of sovereign divine being. And ask yourself this week, show me, Holy Spirit, how to be a sovereign divine being. Show me. Help me. Show me. Help me to choose the words of a sovereign divine being and choose the feelings of a sovereign divine being. Breath in. Anchor that into your heart of hearts. And I simply give thanks again for all that did occur here this day. For we are led to be the awareness and the consciousness of a new awareness and consciousness that is taking form in our world now. And I ask that it ignite every heart, every mind, so that we can bring in the age of sovereignty, awareness, love, joy, bliss, and goodness for everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so it is.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whew. Is there anything else you want to say, Jeannie?
No, it was a pleasure being with you, ladies.
Thank you very much, everybody who are watching. Thank you very much who will be watching. Please remember, like, share, and subscribe for my YouTube video channel. Please remember, look back many, many, many beautiful, knowledgeable videos we already have. And from our hearts to yours, God bless. See you next week.